Okay. Let's go ahead and turn and track up here. Thank you, Jeremiah, for turning around. So yesterday we were talking about our nonfiction text features. Is nonfiction real or not real? Altogether.
Real.
Real, exactly. Point to the part of the room where we have our nonfiction library. Very good. Now turn back here. We talked about nonfiction text features. And over there on the board we have a purple list of all the text features that we learned yesterday. So we have, let's read them together. Yesterday we learned about a table of contents, a heading, bold words or bold print as we talked about, italic print or italic words, and captions. Very good. So let's go ahead and review those quickly. Who can raise their hand and tell us what a table of contents is? Yes, Jeremiah?
A table of contents is what has numbers and it has words what can tell you what's the picture and what's the number.
Wonderful. Alyssa, put your necklace inside. He said it has, wait, let me see if I got this right. You said it has, a table of contents has words and numbers and it tells you what?
It tells you
Did you say tells you, oh, I love that. Did you guys hear that?
Yes.
Huddle. He said it tells you where to go. Because good readers, they read nonfiction to learn about things, right? Just like you guys did last week and the week before when you were researching your nonfiction topics, the table of contents tells you where to go. Jeremiah, can you please open this text and show us where the table of contents is? Thank you. May let's put our hands down and listen to Jeremiah. Thank you. Wonderful. Well, which part? The whole thing, or is this table of contents, or which part? Oh, so this whole part of the page. How did you know that?
Because it has like these and these and
Those dots right here?
yeah, it's bullet points.
Oh, what an interesting connection. So they're bullet points that go across the page?
Yeah, and therefore when the number gets to it, I mean when on the form it means like in page 18.
Oh, so he said on the farm is the heading, and then you follow the dots, and it tells you. I'm sorry, you said on the farm. It tells you that it's on page what, class?
18.
Exactly. So the table of contents is a list of all the topics that are in the book, and it tells you where to find information. Very good. Let's give him a clap. 1, 2, 3. Awesome. The next one is called a heading. Some of you guys did that yesterday. You studied that at your table. Who would like to come up here and show us where the heading is and tell us what it is? Okay, Heidi? You can go and show us.
Oh, I know it. Oh.
I know a lot of us know it, but Heidi's going to share it. So you can point out a heading in the text.
Go up. Can you go right here?
Wonderful. I'm going to move the book so that we can all see it. Let's see what she's pointing to.
A car?
So Heidi, will you explain to us how did you know that that's the heading?
Duh.
Sit and start, please.
Because I really didn't know right now, but then I remember that was the heading.
How did you remember that that was the heading? Like what about it helps you remember? Like how did you know not to look like here? Like how did you know to look right there?
This is the title.
Oh, like you think of it as like the title? And is it usually, like what part of the page is it usually on? Heidi, is it at the bottom or the top or the middle? Exactly. A lot of times the heading is at the top of the page. So the heading is like the title of the section of the book. Jeremiah, please turn your voice off. Way to go. Let's give Heidi a clap. 1, 2, 3. Excellent. Thank you, Heidi. Let's take a look quickly. Who can remind us what a bold letter is? Remember when Miss Martinez was showing you guys the bold letters? Yes, Alan. What is a bold letter? I'm not, actually, yes, I do see some here. Will you explain it with words first? What does bold mean?
When the word is too black.
Ooh, he said when the word is too black. You mean like when the word is black, like more black or darker than the other words? Yeah, why do you think that the author did that? So Alan went, I don't know. Do you want to call in a friend? Like, let's think about, like, let's see who the author of this book is. It's, let's see. Looks like Caroline Bingham. Why do you think she put, like, this word motorcycle in bold letters? You can call in someone.
Because the bold letters means like it's serious, and motorcycles are like really important, and you will like really get hurt from it.
Oh, so you're saying that bold letters show us something important? That's exactly right. You can have bold letters about things that aren't serious, like happy things or silly things. You can. But what I wanted to take out of what you said is it's true that the author puts things in bold because they're saying, hey, reader, you need to look at this. And they're trying to get your eye to look at those words because it's really important. Way to go, Alan. Let's give him a clap. 1, 2, 3. Next we have italic words. What is italic? What does that mean? Italic print. Aranza.
Italic print means that the words they're like at the little bit like at the side.
Ooh, she said italic print means that the word is a little bit at the side. Very good. And you know what, Aranza? I don't believe that this text has italic print. You can go grab one, Angel, while we're still talking. Why do you think, Aranza, that the author would put some words in italic print?
Because I don't know.
So who can answer that question? Pedro, we're thinking, why would the author put words in italic print? Jimena, you're thinking hard about that question. I wonder that too. Like, why would she or he do that? Manny, what do you think?
Maybe because he wanted to us like he wanted to us like to maybe think that like it's hard to read it.
Like maybe it's hard to read, or what else? Theo?
To make it look fancy.
Ooh, okay, so maybe like to help us if it's hard to read, like a new word, or to make it look fancy. Very good. Like I see, let's see. Thank you, Angel. He remembered some italic words. We see a map here, and I noticed that there are some words that are in italic, and there are others that are not. For example, let's see. Do you see right here?
No.
Oops, I'm sorry. Right here?
Yes.
Those words are italic. They're slanted a little bit. The author wanted us to see those words slanted because they were pointing them out. And just like, who said it? I think it was Angel said, or Manny said, sometimes the author puts things in italics because it might be a new word that's like a little bit tricky for us, and they're trying to point it out to us. So there's a lot of reasons why the author would use italics, but a lot of times it's to draw the reader's attention to that word. Very good. Let's give Aranza a clap. 1, 2, 3. Angel, Alyssa.
And I'm hidden.
You're right, and Angel. Okay, we have one more to review from yesterday. We're going quickly because we have a lot to learn today. The last one, are you raising your hand for this one? Yes? The last one is, it's that weird word, caption. Let's say that together. Caption. There was one group from yesterday that found so many caption boxes. Who was it? Raquel, what is a caption?
Caption is what's this picture?
Did you want to show us? Would that help? Do you want to use this book or a different book? Okay, you can go grab it. While she's grabbing the book, who can define, which means tell us the definition or the meaning of caption? Theo, what's a caption?
It's a word like under or at the side, and it tells you what's going on in the picture.
That's wonderful. He said, that's exactly right. He said it's a, wait, let me see if I got this right. A word or a sentence that is underneath the picture and it tells you what's going on in the picture. Mm-hmm. Exactly. Do you want to show us where you found a caption here? Like right here? On this page? Right here? Okay, interesting. So right here,
The boy.
it's right here, there is a caption can be a sentence, it can be 2 sentences, Brian, or it can just be a word, like Theo said. So will you point to the caption that's underneath the picture? Wonderful. And what does this tell us? Like, what is it talking about? Is it talking about over here, or this picture, or which one? Very good. The caption tells us about the picture. Excellent job, Raquel. Let's give her a clap. 1, 2, 3. All right, now are you guys ready to learn some new text features?
Yes.
I think you already know some of them, maybe from kindergarten or from home. The first word that we're going to talk about is, who can read that blue word up there while I get this ready? Raising a quiet hand. Pedro, do you want to go ahead and read it for us? What is it? Map. I want you to try on that word. Let's say map.
Map. It's so easy.
I want you to go ahead and turn and tell your partner what you think a map is.
A map is it shows you like where to go.
Okay, turn back in 3, 2, 1, and 0. Pedro, to put your arms out, please. Okay, I'm actually going to share the definition with you. I know you just talked about it, but we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 to go through, so we're going to go quickly. Track here. Ready? A map is a drawing that shows the location of things or places. Location means where things are. So, where in the classroom is there a map? I'm giving you a big hint by putting this up. Where in the classroom is there a map that we talked about just the other morning when we were doing the Pledge of Allegiance? Please don't put that on his head. Arturo Bar? Let's let him figure it out. So are you looking over there because we did the Pledge of Allegiance? Yeah, what did we use up here on the board when we were talking about the Pledge of Allegiance? You can call in someone. In 3, 2, 1.
It's right there.
Where? Will you point to it, please? Very good. How did you know that was a map?
Because maps are I just saw Texas and I knew it was a map.
Oh, okay, so you knew already that Texas was in a map. So you used like a Texas self-connection because you already knew that maybe from your own life or text a world, from knowing that about the world. Yeah, so Texas is a part of a map. A map tells us where things are. We do have a map in the classroom. It's right here. This is the United States of America map.
Right there.
In a lot of nonfiction books, the author, sit down and start please in the back, thank you. The author will show you a map because good readers a lot of times want to know where things are. Like if you're reading about snakes, it might say, snakes are located in this part of the world. And the reader's mind might want to know where it is. So a map tells us where things are. The next one we're going to take a look at is a diagram.
I know that.
Let's see if I can find this. I think it's up here. Some of you might already know what a diagram is. There it is. A diagram is a drawing that shows the parts of something. Raise your hand if you remember the word label from kindergarten and from actually a couple of our lessons in first grade. Eda and Brian, you're thinking, do I remember what a label is? Great. Now I see your hands up, which means you remember. Hands down. So authors, a lot of times, they will put a picture of something in a text, but then it might be new information for us. So they will put labels that point to the parts of the body. For example, this looks like a what? Who can raise their hand and tell us what this is? Heidi?
Ant.
Looks like an ant, and it says that this is the what?
Head.
And this is the antenna, And then this is the thorax. Wow, that's new information to me. Diagrams are really helpful. And then this is called the abdomen. So a diagram can tell you certain parts of a body or certain parts of a picture. Okay? I want you to turn and tell your partner in your own words what a diagram means to you. Like, what is a diagram? Alan, go ahead. So what is a diagram? Oh, that's true. That's true. Okay, turn back in 3, 2, 1, huddle, and 0. I really enjoyed hearing what Alan said to Medea. He said, I know that a diagram shows the part of something. It doesn't have to be a body. It could also be something that's not alive, like a car. In a nonfiction text, it could show the parts of a car in a diagram. But a lot of times it does show the parts of something. The next item is bullet points. We actually already studied bullet points yesterday. Who can point to a place in the room where they see bullet points? Huddle?
Oh, I got one.
You okay? Wonderful. How did you know those were bullet points? Oh, loud and proud, because we have a lot of students in here. You have one warning. Let his brain answer it. Because what? Ooh, I like how he said that. He said because of the balls. I had never thought of them as little balls. But you're right. It's like they're little balls or little dots in a row that form a, what's that thing Miss Martinez always writes?
List.
Yes, I love lists. I make lists all the time, as you know. Wonderful. Give me 5. Okay, now let's take a look. Where are we? Oh, next we're going to graph. Oh, you guys know what a graph is. We did this with vowels this morning. What is a graph? Let's see. A graph shows data and information in a visual way. That means like it's a picture to show information. Graphs give additional information to the text. So let's pretend that we wrote a nonfiction text, Roberto, warning, sit up, about vowels. Well, you know what? Our graph that we made this morning, this graph, that could be put in a nonfiction text. If you were writing a book about vowels, this could absolutely be there. Why are graphs helpful? Like, why would an author put a graph? Theo?
To know how many there are.
Okay, like to represent numbers, like to show how many there are. Yeah, sometimes if we just see lots of numbers, it can be confusing, but if we put it in a visual way in the book, it can help us as readers. Angel?
You can make a list for, you know, can forget stuff.
Ooh, you can make a list.
Like frog and toad.
That's true. That's a little different. That's more like bullet points. Graph a lot of times involves numbers and data. But yes, Frog and Toad could have made a graph. Okay, we have one last one, and it is an illustration. Let's see. An illustration. Let me see. Where did that go? Okay, if you guys see you can stop it. You can tell me. Oh wait, those are different. Here it is. Actually, there were a few. This one says